Imagine a creature so immense that the very ground would have trembled with each step it took. This was no mythical beast from a storybook. This was Argentinosaurus, a real-life titan that roamed the earth. This dinosaur lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 95 million years ago. Its home was a land we now call Patagonia, a region in modern-day Argentina. The world back then was vastly different, a warmer place with lush, sprawling forests and wide-open floodplains. It was in this ancient, vibrant ecosystem that Argentinosaurus thrived, becoming one of the largest land animals ever to walk our planet. It was a true giant, a testament to the incredible scale that life can achieve. The name Argentinosaurus itself, meaning Argentine lizard, pays homage to the country where its remarkable remains were first unearthed. It belonged to a group of long-necked, plant-eating dinosaurs known as sauropods, specifically a subgroup called titanosaurs. But even among these giants, Argentinosaurus was in a league of its own. These were not just big dinosaurs, they were the heavyweights of the Mesozoic era. To picture its world is to envision a landscape dominated by its colossal presence, a walking mountain of flesh and bone that moved slowly but surely across the prehistoric plains, forever changing the environment simply by existing within it. Its story is one of sheer size and survival. To truly grasp the scale of Argentinosaurus, we must stretch our imaginations. Think of the largest animal alive today, the blue whale. Now, picture a creature that might have rivaled it in mass, but walked on solid ground. Argentinosaurus could have reached lengths of up to 35 meters, which is about 115 feet, longer than 3 school buses parked end to end. Its staggering height would have allowed it to look over the top of a 4-story building with ease. Its weight is estimated to have been somewhere between 70 and 100 tons. A figure so immense it is difficult to comprehend. This was an animal that was truly supersized, a biological skyscraper. Comparing this ancient behemoth to modern animals helps put its size into perspective. An adult African elephant, the largest land animal today, weighs around 6 tons. Argentinosaurus could have weighed more than a dozen of them combined. Its neck alone was a marvel of biological engineering, stretching far into the sky to reach the highest branches of trees. Each of its vertebrae, the individual bones making up its spine, was larger than a grown man. Standing beside one of its legs would have felt like standing next to a massive, ancient tree trunk. This wasn't just a large animal, it was a living, breathing ecosystem in its own right, a true giant of the past. To fuel a body of such monumental size, Argentinosaurus had to be a voracious eater. It was a herbivore, meaning its diet consisted entirely of plants. Given its enormous energy needs, scientists believe it spent nearly all of its waking hours eating. Using its incredibly long neck, it could reach high into the canopy of coniferous trees and ferns, stripping entire branches of their leaves without having to move its massive body very often. This feeding strategy, known as browsing, was highly efficient. It allowed the dinosaur to consume vast quantities of foliage, likely swallowing it whole without much chewing, letting its gigantic digestive system do the hard work of breaking it all down. The mechanics of its eating were simple but effective. Argentinosaurus likely had peg-like teeth, perfect for raking leaves from branches but not for grinding them up. It would have swallowed mouthful after mouthful, filling its cavernous gut. Some paleontologists speculate that it may have also swallowed stones, known as gastroliths, which would have helped to grind up the tough plant material inside its stomach, much like some birds do today. Just imagine the sheer volume of vegetation required to sustain one of these animals for a single day. It would have been a literal mountain of food, a testament to the lushness of its Cretaceous habitat. Moving a body that weighed as much as a small herd of elephants was a significant challenge. Argentinosaurus moved slowly and deliberately on 4 thick, pillar-like legs. Each step was a carefully calculated action to support its immense weight. Paleontologists believe it likely moved at a walking pace of around 5 miles per hour, or about 8 kilometers per hour, a leisurely stroll for such a colossal creature. It was certainly not built for speed. Instead, its life was one of slow, steady progress, a constant journey in search of food. Fossilized trackways from other titanosaurs suggest they may have traveled in herds, a thunderous procession across the ancient landscape. Even for the largest animal in its environment, life was not without danger. The world of Argentinosaurus was also home to some of the biggest predators ever known, such as the fearsome Giganotosaurus, a carnivorous dinosaur that rivaled Tyrannosaurus rex in size. So how did this gentle giant protect itself? Its primary defense was its sheer, overwhelming size. Most predators would have been severely deterred by the prospect of attacking a healthy adult Argentinosaurus. It would have been like a single wolf trying to take down a modern-day battleship. Just one swing of its massive tail or a stomp from its colossal foot could have been instantly fatal to an attacker. The story of Argentinosaurus's discovery is as remarkable as the dinosaur itself. It began not with a team of paleontologists on a grand expedition, but with a local farmer in Argentina. In 1987, a rancher named Guillermo Heredia stumbled upon what he initially thought was a massive piece of petrified wood on his farm in the province of Neuquén. The sheer size of the object was baffling. It took a while for anyone to realize what it truly was, the fossilized leg bone of a dinosaur of unimaginable proportions. This single bone, a tibia or shin bone, was taller than a man. It was this chance find that alerted the scientific community to the existence of a true giant. Following this initial discovery, paleontologists from the Carmen Funes Municipal Museum, led by José Bonaparte and Rodolfo Coria, began a systematic excavation of the site. What they uncovered was astonishing. Although a complete skeleton was not found, which is very common for such enormous animals, the fossils they did find were record-breaking. They unearthed several massive vertebrae from the dinosaur's back, each one measuring over 1.5 meters, or about 5 feet in height. They also found ribs, parts of the pelvis, and the initial tibia. Each bone told the same story. This was an animal that pushed the absolute limits of size for a land-dwelling creature. These fossils, though fragmentary, have provided scientists with a wealth of information. By studying the size and shape of the vertebrae, paleontologists could estimate the overall length and weight of Argentinosaurus. The structure of the bones revealed how they were adapted to bear such immense stress, with internal honeycomb-like structures that provided strength without adding excessive weight. The discovery site itself, a floodplain environment, tells us about the world it inhabited. The fossils were found in layers of rock that were once ancient riverbeds, suggesting the dinosaur may have died near a river and was quickly buried by sediment, which is ideal for fossilization. Each fossil is a puzzle piece that helps us reconstruct the life of this incredible animal. For instance, the sheer size of the leg bones confirms its slow walking gait. The structure of its hips and back gives us clues about its posture and how it supported its colossal frame. Even the incompleteness of the skeleton is informative, as it highlights the immense challenge of preserving such a large creature. The story of its discovery is a perfect example of how science works, starting with a single curious observation and blossoming into a discovery that reshapes our understanding of the prehistoric world and the giants that once ruled it. Studying Argentinosaurus is about more than just marveling at a big dinosaur. It is a crucial window into understanding the upper limits of life on Earth. This creature forces us to ask fundamental questions about biology and physics. How could an animal get so big? What kind of heart would be needed to pump blood all the way up that towering neck to its brain? How could its skeleton support 100 tons of weight against the constant pull of gravity? Answering these questions helps us understand the incredible adaptability of life and the unique environmental conditions of the Cretaceous period that allowed such gigantism to evolve and flourish. The existence of Argentinosaurus and its predator, Giganotosaurus, reveals an ancient arms race between predator and prey on a scale we can barely imagine today. As the herbivores, like Argentinosaurus, grew larger to protect themselves, the carnivores had to evolve to become bigger and more powerful to hunt them. This dynamic interaction shaped the entire ecosystem of late Cretaceous South America. Studying these relationships helps us build a more complete picture of how dinosaur communities functioned. It shows us a world where the rules were different, where the scale of life and death played out on a truly epic stage, unlike anything seen on land since. The legacy of Argentinosaurus also highlights the importance of continued fossil discoveries. Every new bone fragment, every fossilized trackway adds another detail to our portrait of the past. Patagonia, once a remote and little explored region in paleontology, has now become a hotbed for discovering some of the world's largest dinosaurs, all thanks to initial finds like Argentinosaurus. It inspires a new generation of scientists to keep digging, to keep exploring, and to keep questioning what we think we know about the ancient world. It reminds us that there are still incredible secrets buried beneath our feet waiting to be unearthed. Ultimately, Argentinosaurus stands as a powerful symbol of the magnificent and often strange history of life on our planet. It is a humbling reminder that the world we inhabit today is just one chapter in a much larger story. These giants were not monsters of myth. They were real animals that lived, breathed, and walked the same earth we do, albeit in a very different time. By studying them, we not only learn about the rise and fall of the dinosaurs, but also gain a deeper appreciation for the grand, sweeping epic of evolution and our own small place within it. Argentinosaurus was a true titan, and its story will continue to captivate and inspire us for generations to come.